Good morning, everybody, and welcome to a review of Grandpa and Grandma Turn Young Again, episode 9. We're close to the episodes. We are legit close. And this week videos I'm doing this week is gonna be a plethora of a lot. Not only today, I'm gonna talk about Grandma and Grandpa Turn Young Again. Tomorrow, I am going to talk about Whisper Me a Love Song that, consider the fact, is going to be delayed due to production values and people leaving. That's that. I'm also this week, I am going to talk about, what's that? Oh, My Hero Academia as a whole, considering the fact it ended. And I'm going to give you guys my 2 cents on My Hero Academia as a whole. Finally, I got times off of work. So now I'm going to talk about My Hero Academia as a whole, considering what the fuck happened in this last chapter. You know what I mean? I know people have already talked about it, but I'm going to give you my 2 cents on My Hero as a whole, considering the fact I've been trashing Bakugo, even though I still don't like him. I still don't like him, guys. I know 400 plus chapters, I still don't like him. But that's here and there. Anyway, I want to talk about this Grandma and Grandpa Turn Young Again. You know, this show is so underrated that this show needs a lot of love. This show teaches you the value of life. There's sometimes in life you get a second chance. But when it comes to your lifespan, there's no second chance. Your lifespan, it's like, our life is like an hourglass. You know what I mean? Our life is like an hourglass. The sand's dropping down the hourglass, and we don't know when our time is up. And that's what life is, you know, it's like an hourglass. Now, this episode does have some funny moments. It did. But, sadness as it was, it just, it hits me on a whole time low. And I'm not the only one who talks about this show on a regular basis. I'm pretty sure everyone has talked about it. But man, I really had to talk about this before I go to work because I really need to discuss the matter at hand. So, without further ado, let's get right to it, the review of Grandma and Grandpa Turn Young Again, because this show literally takes the cake. Now, okay. Grandpa and Grandma Turn Young Again has given us a lot of funny moments. Moments that Grandpa has moments, Grandma has moments, you know, and emotional scenes. Like when Grandma lost her memory, but still play piano with her sister. There are moments that we have enjoyed, like the boundaries of these two enjoying the useful life before they turn old. And yeah, there's some moments that they does back and forth and all that. It was some funny moments. And again, that gave us some sad moments. And I'm not sure this show's like 90% comedy and 10% romance, but and storylines, but it was just there. Okay, so we kick things out with the opening with The Ring. Now, if you guys have watched The Ring or Ringo, you guys should know The Ring. You know, and Grandma being all scared and everything. She closed the doors. They covered this TV screen. You know, she's scared because remember, she's just watching The Ring because it's a generational thing. It's still prolonging this whole season as generational talents, generational movies. Because, you know, back then people seen the old night. It's like watching the old Dawn of the Dead, and then you look at the new Dawn of the Dead in 2004. You know what I mean? It was kind of like that. So it was like, okay. Which is better, old version or new version? Okay, but it did give us some comedy moments. But that's not what we're gonna. Well, that's what I'm gonna talk about. So you see, Mino and Sota. You know, Mino did a confession because Mino wants to pass the torch. She wants to be a farmer just like her grandparents. You know, it's passing of the torch. And growing her first apple tree, you know, with Sota, it was a confession. Like you could see, like. That was a confession that Mino did to Sota. Sota doesn't see it, but we all know she did a confession to Sota, so I like that. But let's talk about the Grandma Fudbin. We're getting a Nendroid of her. I am gonna get a Nendroid of her. I'm gonna tell you this. I'm gonna get the Nindroid of her. I mean, damn, I need to get one. It was on Good Smile. They had her, and I need one. Guys, she looks great in a Yucatec outfit because this is a festival, and like all rom-coms, this is a festival art. I mean, finally, mostly high school rom-coms, usually high school rom-com, college rom-coms, we always see them in their Yucatec outfits like some festival arc. We get that. We've seen it a lot. But this is the grandparents. This is a grandparent rom-com. So grandparents enjoy it because now they get their own festival rom-com. And it's not drama. I mean, it wasn't like drama, but sadness. Anyway, grandma in a Yucatec outfit, really nice. They had their own little gallery range, It was because that bear looked like grandpa, so she wanted that. And talk about shooting, like they really put together, it's like the gun trick, like Wild Wild West, and just shot the bear to get the prize. But this is where the sadness comes in, guys. Notice I'm loud because I find this kind of BS. It's not BS in a bad way, but it's like, oh my God, I was sad. I was sad yesterday. So just tearing, crying because the grandma, she's just literally. So grandma and grandpa sat down a shrine that they've been taking care of for years. Grandma told grandpa her lifespan is cutting down. The sands of her hourglass shows that she's gonna die first before the grandpa. And her hourglass, and they told her she only has 7 days left to live. Now, part of me was thinking, is this the ring? Because you know how the ring will say you're gonna die in 7 days? You get that kind of thing? But then I realized the hourglass that she had shows her sand going through like a lot. And it was showing foreshadowing of grandpa being alone. And showing how grandma's gonna die in 7 days. It was sad because, and she told him. That's the thing. She told him. What kind of, like, oh my God. Normally, anime characters keep their secrets of when they're gonna die or where they're gonna die. But for her to tell him, it's just, damn. She's like, I'm gonna die in 7 days. And grandpa, you gotta give love to grandpa. We don't talk about grandma. We talk about grandma a lot, but grandpa, you gotta admire grandpa's work throughout the entire season. You gotta admire you gotta admire his freaking work. He been working so hard to be with grandma. He worked so hard to be a nice guy, providing so much care, risking everything he can to be with her. And he's been doing that since day freaking one. There's not one bad thing I can never say about the grandpa. Never. Never. And I'll tell you this. Can we make an argument that grandpa, this guy, is without a doubt one of the best male characters of the spring? Can we not make an argument? Because I believe so. Yeah, there are some other male anime characters that appeared this year. I mean, you got the guys from Windbreaker. You got Ritas from Jobless Reincarnation. I get all of that. But the grandpa? Yo. There's no words I can say what I saw, guys. While he had grandma, there was the shrine god. You have the hourglass, now you got the balance and scale. Like the little balance scale thing. And what he did to save her life, he gave up half of his sand to her. Let me say it again. He gave up half of his sand to his wife. Grandpa did the thing that we wanted to do. Give up our lifespan to grandma and, give that full lifespan balance. And he did it. He freaking did it. And he didn't tell Grandma. He didn't tell her because it would upset her. What he did was the ultimate sacrifice. He did it so he could die with Grandma. Now, I'm not saying it's going to happen. I mean, I got a knot in my gut that we're 2 episodes away. And I got a knot in my gut that maybe they could be alive or maybe they could be dead at the end of the episodes. I don't know. But the way they did it, oh my God, I am so freaking livid. I mean, not living in a bad way, but I'm just like, oh my God, the heroic thing. Words can't describe how I felt. I'm not angry. I am so sad to see Grandpa and Grandma dying together at the end. I mean, I don't want to see that. I really don't want to see that because we're 2 episodes away. They gave us so many moments that makes us happy, moments that makes us sad, shippings involved. I mean, like, you can't write this, you can't make this stuff up. And for this, Grandpa did his thing. And I'm not mad at him for that. I really am not mad. He did everything. He gave up his life, half of it, to be with us, so they'd live a little longer. I mean, if you had to go to Apple, we find it, but it's not a joke to just go to Apple. It's just showing how life doesn't work like that. I mean, live with the hourglass. But again, when the sand goes down, it's it. And for Grandpa to use some of his sand to give it to Grandma, that was something else. I am so proud of him in many ways. Okay. So, overall though, although we got some funny moments, which we did, this episode was showing so much sacrifice in this episode, given the fact it was a festival arc. I get all of that. And Grandma looks better than Yukata outfit. But besides that, Grandpa did his thing. And I admired him. So overall, this was a pretty good episode to watch. And we're a couple of episodes away, so I can't wait to see where this goes. I really can't wait to see where this goes. And that's all I got to say about that. So again, we got from comedy to like a sad thing going on with a sacrifice to Grandpa. So I like what he did. Props. Thank you for watching my review of Grandma Grandpa Turn Youngen episode 9. And like I said, this week I will be talking about My Hero Academia as a whole. Consider the fact the manga ended, Whisper Me a Love Song being delayed, and so on, if I ever have time. So, thank you, and stay tuned for the weeks of videos.